Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Darlistan road protesters attack each other. Shots were fired in the community of Darlistan in Westmoreland on Monday after residents had disagreements about the stage road blocks. Early yesterday morning, residents blocked the return to Darlistan thoroughfare as they protested the poor road conditions. Observers were on the scene when conflict erupted and stoned, a power saw, and a machete came into play shortly after 4 p.m. One resident, who made a comment that another participating in the protest did not protest when the other member of parliament was in office, was ganged. Stones were subsequently brought into play, sending residents scampering for cover. An off-duty police officer in the area fired 2 rounds in the air in an effort to quell the dispute. The men, said to be at the center of the squabble, were then taken to the Darlistan police station. Member of Parliament for Eastern Westmoreland, Daniel Lawrence, made a statement shortly after the incident. Lawrence told reporters that there are bad roads and poor drainage across the constituency, hence the unrest. The residents are really frustrated. They have reached a breaking point where they just have to take it to the streets, he argued. While Lawrence stated that it is not his desire to see the residents protest, he believes the irritated residents chose that avenue as they think it will yield good results. He assured the residents that the roads will be fixed. However, some patching will have to take place in the meantime. Trial of businessman Michael Issa put on hold. The trial of businessman Michael Issa, who is charged with resisting arrest and indecent language, has failed to get off the ground. Instead, the matter, which was called up in the St. James Parish Court on Monday morning, was stood down for 2 p.m. The case was put on hold as a result of the late disclosure of a statement to Issa's attorneys. The businessman is being represented by Michael Hemmings and Gordon Brown. The statement served Monday morning is in relation to Issa's alleged negligent loss of his licensed firearm. It is an alleged copy of an entry made to the police diary on December 17, 2021. Hemmings has requested the original statement, but the clerk of court said she was yet to access this statement in terms of its relevance to the trial. As a result, the case was stood down. Issa was arrested and charged with negligent loss of firearm, resisting arrest and indecent language when he went to the police station hours after his stepson was allegedly abducted and killed to report his licensed firearm missing. The gun, which was said to have gone missing on December 17, 2021, and is unrelated to the child's death, was later found and the related charges dismissed. Gabriel, who was artistic, was found with his throat slashed and his body slumped on the back seat of his mother's car shortly after she told police assailants dragged her from her car and drove away with her child in it. The incident allegedly took place on Tucker Main Road in St. James. The car was found on Oak Hill Avenue in Fairview Estates. There has been no arrest in the case and no suspects named. Intra-gang conflict behind St. Elizabeth double murder, say police. Police have vowed to maintain a strong presence in the Spring Park community following a series of incidents, with the latest on Friday night resulting in a double murder and injury of 3 people. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police Superintendent Dwight Daly said the incident stemmed from intra-gang conflict in the community. The intelligence suggests that it is an act of reprisal, he said. Marlon Gage, a 38, shop operator and resident of Spring Park, and Samantha Johnson, 34, a bartender and resident of Spanish Town, St. Catherine, were shot dead. 3 people were also shot and injured at the bar in Spring Park. A police report said about 9:40 p.m., Gage and Johnson were among a group of people at the bar when they were pounced upon by gunmen traveling on foot who opened fire, hitting them. The police were alerted and they were taken to hospital, where Gage was pronounced dead and Johnson died while receiving treatment. The other 3 people were admitted for treatment. Superintendent Daly said the gang has been linked to major crimes including the April 13 double murder, rape and robbery incident in Malvern, St. Elizabeth. We know it is a well-structured gang. They go around and break into business places, but their main targets are poker boxes, he told reporters on Sunday. He said the gang has split into a deadly war. It is an intra-gang conflict. The group is responsible for multiple cases of major crimes across St. Elizabeth and in other parishes, but now there is a breakaway, he said. He added that the police have maintained patrol in Spring Park. The community is large. When the shooting occurred, we were in the community, but at another location. What I intend to do now is to put additional resources in the community to cover a wider area and prevent murders, he said. We have the Community Safety and Security Branch, which will also have a sustained presence in the community to reassure the people and offer counseling, he added. On Saturday, Superintendent Daly and Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth, Southwestern Floyd Green, did a walkthrough of the community. We were there to reassure and counsel the victims, to let them know that we are not going to leave them at the mercy of these criminals, Daly stated. Agriculture Minister lauds 4-H clubs. Member of Agriculture and Fisheries, Pernell Charles Jr., has applauded the island's 4-H clubs for their work in preparing young people to pursue careers in the agriculture industry and contributing to the country's efforts to achieve food security. Speaking at the club's National Achievement Exposition held at the Denby Showground in Clarendon recently, the minister said that the organization, through its various training initiatives, is empowering generations of agricultural scientists, processors, and entrepreneurs. It is through the 4-H Club that young men are getting the opportunity to be exposed, trained, and given the requisite skills so that you can be the next generation of leaders, he said, while encouraging the young people to make the best use of the opportunities being provided. According to a release, Charles Jr. said that 4-H movement remains an integral part of the ministry's quest to strengthen the agricultural sector, and said he intends to meet with agriculture teachers across the island to have their input in the country's food security program. The 4-H Clubs is the leading young trading organization with more than 105,000 members across Jamaica. It has a mandate to mobilize, educate, and train young persons ages 5 to 25 years in agriculture, homemaking, leadership, and social skills, which will prepare them for or influence them into careers in agriculture and agro-related occupations. The move seeks to provide a cadre of trained young leaders capable of contributing to national development. Clubs are found in schools, churches, communities, and special youth facilities. Draining. An open storm drain at the front of Kensington Primary School in St. Catherine is stirring uneasiness among parents and residents who fear for the safety of students. Reports reaching reporters indicate that students have been playing near the drain and have sustained injuries after falling in. The students, reporters were told, are instructed to walk through the school's side gate located near the drain instead of the main gate used by motorists. When reporters visited the school last Friday, Principal Christine Hamilton declined to speak about the issue, which she said has been plaguing the school for 24 years. Reporters were told, however, that several calls were made to Portmore Municipal Corporation to have the problem rectified, but to date, nothing has been done. When Mayor of Portmore, Leon Thomas, was contacted, he said the drain was constructed by developers to allow proper access for cleaning, and so covering the area would produce another challenge. If it is covered, nobody will be able to go under there. They will suffocate. It is not a council decision to have it open. It was the developer. Plenty people have built bridges across it to access a driveway to their properties, as it cannot totally be covered right through, he said, noting that he has not received any reports about children who fell in the drain. But a parent of children in grades 2 and 3 said on several occasions she has witnessed students interacting dangerously at the drain. There are times when I'm sitting there and I see the children pushing each other. I even witnessed an incident where a little girl was pushed in there, she said, noting that she raised the concern at a parent-teachers meeting and was told it cannot be addressed. Another parent of grade 4 added, "This is not safe. This one cover up is a long stretch, not a small section that could be avoided." A grandmother also expressed displeasure at the open drain. "It is a big concern. My granddaughter come home one day and say You know somebody push a little boy in the drain and him drop and break him hand. Any help we can get to cover it, if it's even so to put mesh over it, so we would appreciate it, she said. At the same time, a 21-year-old woman who has a brother in grade 3 at the same school added, the drain is there, and when the rain falls and the water builds up, it's worse. The drain being open isn't safe for anyone. Likewise, residents had similar plights. For Miss Thompson, who has been living there for 30 years, the problem is even worse. She shares the same drain as the school, but the drainage wall at her house has deteriorated, heightening her concerns. I thought it would be fixed before school opened. Because I have to be watching the children, it is dangerous where the children are concerned. They jump down in it, she said. When school over, because they see parents cross it, the children feel like them too can jump over it too. It need to fix. It is very dangerous. I don't want anything to happen to them, so me have to make nice and tell them not go in there, she said. Another concerned resident, who has been living there for 15 years, said it should have cover for them safety. Them jump, skip and go on bad, as so them picking they stay at the picnic them playground. In the meantime, the mayor said drainage improvement in Portmore has started and he will be in dialogue with schools to find a possible solution to the problem. Right now, we are doing some repairs to the drains because, if you notice, the wall collapsed. So, we are doing repairs to the drains, and we started at 4th Street and we are right across the municipality doing repairs to our collapsed drains because since last heavy rain, a lot of these drains walls collapsed, she said. These walls were not constructed with any steel, so the wall is toppling over at this time. We will be working very closely with the schools to see how best we can prevent any accident when we actually reach the location, he said. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.